I can't read either.
Oh, that's okay.
No literacy here. Yeah.
Are we on?
There you go.
And I just wanted to take a moment too, Karen, before you leave, thank you very much for, obviously it took a lot of work, a lot of extra time on those sites. So thank you, Karen, for all of your hard work. So good evening, thank you again for having me. And just to take a quick moment to introduce myself, as I am fairly new in this role in the district. My name is Erin Reichert, and I am the Technology Integrator for kindergarten through 8th grade, thank you. Prior to this position, I was the 3rd grade teacher at Diebler Elementary for the past 10 years and a 1st grade teacher at Grass Elementary. I graduated from Shippensburg University and I have a master's in classroom technology. So, let me get through here. One of the largest projects I've been a part of in this new role is the development of the new and improved iPad app catalog. And as you can see there, in January we started a committee of approximately 20 elementary school teachers. Those teachers helped us to narrow down about 950 apps that were being used throughout, and we narrowed it down to about 350. We took a look at the last updates, we looked at their ratings, and we really narrowed it down. We decided, though, that we needed to meet again in February, where we continued the process, and we spent time exploring so that we could provide the best of the best when the app catalog does roll out. And what I mean by that was that we found that there were, we'll say, 10 apps that we thought were good for phonics skills. So what we did was we took those and we played them. We looked at the games, we looked at the activities, we thought, are they valuable? Do we really want the kids, on these different things to, further their learning and to differentiate their learning? So we have it down now near to about 300 apps, and those apps will be placed on the app catalog that will then now be consistent in all elementary buildings. The apps will be organized by subject level, so it's easier for teachers to find, and a brief description when necessary, if the app doesn't naturally say what it does in the name, will be provided, and the committee helped me to get little blurbs that I'll post. Teachers will have access to the apps, and they will be able to download them from the Pennridge app catalog, which will be a much more efficient way of handling the process than it is now. If a teacher has a special request for an app, it will be vetted for approval, and this information will be finalized in the coming weeks, and it will be posted on the Technology Integrator's website. George Corus was the division principal of Innovating Teaching and Learning, and he now travels the world sharing insights and expertise to help other educators create innovative environments for all learners. Many of the Pennridge administration, faculty, and staff have read his book, The Innovators Mindset, and have even seen him speak. Mrs. Deb Brady, principal at Diebler, shared the book with me at the start of the school year, and it really resonated with me. And I read it again this past month when I assumed this role, when Dr. Shai shared a copy with me. And I based my presentation tonight on these 8 things that we should be looking for in today's classrooms. You can take a minute there to see those. The first one is voice. And before I go any further, I just want to tell you that when I first began this role, Chris took me into all the different buildings, and I was so proud walking through and knowing that I was a part of the Pennridge School District. I had been at Diebler, so I never really left Diebler during the middle of the school day, so that was a little bit of a different circumstance. And I heard so many wonderful things, and I saw so many wonderful things. And so I really wanted to showcase some of the ways that technology that you've been able to provide for the district is being used and how wonderful and efficient and effective it is. So again, voice, learning is social, and co-constructing knowledge empowers the learners. Students should have the opportunity to learn from others and to share their learning with others. One way students are sharing with others is when working in pairs or small groups, sharing tools, devices, technology, and in this picture, using QR codes to record their voice and their ideas. QR codes can give any still picture or artwork a chance to come alive with recording their voices. They can then use their iPad QR reader to hear their friends' ideas, They could be hanging in the hallway and other classes can come by in here. And I've even heard it used during indoor recess, sharing their knowledge. Choice. Choice concerns both how students learn and what they learn. Providing choice allows students to build on strengths and interests to make learning relevant and fulfilling. So giving them opportunities to select from various end products. For example, using programs such as Microsoft or Google. Another way is shown in this photo, is rather than writing a list of compound words, the students are finding examples of images such as sun and shine. They're using the iPads to take photographs of things such as snow and ball, and then making a pic collage of those images to display their knowledge and the understandings of the skills. Number 3 is time for reflection. Obviously, we all know classrooms are busy places, and to allow for deeper learning, taking the time to connect and reflect allows learners a better opportunity to really think about and understand what they have learned. You can see in that picture, that's another example of, as Hillary was showing us, a Padlet. This was in a classroom where the students needed to share kind of like an exit ticket about something that they had learned on a quick sticky note that other students then could read as well, and they could really reflect on their learning, what's really stood out to them. I know in my classroom it was used as, what do you think is the most important step of solving math in this way? And it could be used in all different curriculum areas. Students are also collaborating through sites such as Google Docs, Google Slides, using Microsoft Sway as a presentation feature, just to name a few. They're working on projects simultaneously with one another, and they're not only to reflect, but they're able to problem solve, just working together and collaborating, figuring out what's going to look good, what should we put on this slide, what should we put in this part of the project is a really important life skill. Number 4, we have opportunities for innovation. It's important that innovation does not become an event for our students, but the norm. And again, I'm quoting these from the book. It is imperative to create ongoing opportunities in all areas where students are encouraged and provide a time to develop and pursue innovative ideas. He also says in the book that innovation, simply put, is something that is both new and better. Innovation is not about the stuff, but instead about a way of thinking. Number 5 is critical thinkers. We need to teach students to respectfully ask questions and empower them to challenge the ideas of others to help everyone move forward, not to challenge simply for the sake of it. We all know the importance of teaching this skill to our children, and technology is a great avenue that I've seen in all of the schools to help develop those critical thinking skills. Number 6 is problem solvers and finders. It's important to develop a generation of not only problem solvers, but also problem finders. Let's start asking kids to find problems and give them a sense of purpose in solving something authentic. In these pictures you can see there, students are given a task and they must find ways to solve the problem using a variety of materials given. Number 7 is self-assessment. Teaching students how to assess themselves rather than just doing it for them provides them an opportunity for reflection, and they will take ownership of their learning. Portfolios are a great way for learners to share their knowledge and to document the learning process. There are many avenues that teachers are using, but just for 2 examples here, in this slide, a 5th grade teacher gives time for students to reflect at the mid-year point of the year, and another popular tool that's more and more popular in the last few weeks is a website and an app called Seesaw, and it allows students to keep a digital portfolio of their work. And number 8, connected learning. Today we use Skype, FaceTime, and the like to connect with experts. Technology provides access to people we could not even imagine being a part of our classroom just 10 years ago. Classrooms today are using Microsoft to access the Microsoft educator community. Once there, the teachers are able to find their virtual field trips, Skype lessons, guest speakers, and more. It's allowing students to visit other classrooms, national parks, visit with George and Martha Washington, take a tour of a museum or on another country, and much, much more. Today, we even launched our new Skype site, which can be found on the Technology Integrator's website, and it's a compilation of successful Skype use within our district. It features a map of where we've been around the world, ideas and suggestions for teachers to get started, and it also includes tutorial videos and handouts. Today, I started my day in a first grade classroom, and I ended my day in a first grade classroom, but in a very different way. This morning, I was in a first grade classroom using Skype, and they taught me how to play a game that helped with their math skills, and it was called Picca Ferme Nada. And each word meant something different, and they had to guess my number, and I had to guess their number using questions such as, is there a 4 in the hundreds place? Is there a 3 in the tens place? And Picca Ferme Nada was a game that they were already familiar with, so they actually taught me how to play it, all while learning their place value and reviewing the skill in a really fun way. At the end of my day, I ended in a classroom where I actually was there, we were using a Nearpod lesson, and we were getting ready for some more digital citizenship lessons. So I thought that was a great day, being able to start and end in 2 different classrooms, but in 2 very different ways. And to sum up, we just want to thank you so much for all that you provide our teachers and our students. It's greatly appreciated, it's used effectively in our schools, and I look forward to finding ways to continue to add that technology in our classrooms, find ways to use it. But Pebble Go was one that was just in a classroom last week. We were using it to find some research, and after we found some research, we used an app called ChatterPix, where the students were able to find a picture. For example, we found Rosa Parks. We were able to take a picture of Rosa Parks. The kids drew a line where her mouth was, and they were able to share their knowledge in the first person. It was a great way for first graders to be able to take all of that knowledge that they had found on Pebble Go and listen to in their headphones and turn it into a really neat presentation tool. So I feel that all the wonderful things that you saw on the e-library sites and you see on the Technology Integration page, there's a lot of people that know about those things, and I'm going to continue to get the word out of those things and how to find ways to use them in the classroom and make sure that they are being used effectively with all of our students. So thank you again for your time and for all that you do for us, and as Karen did, I will give credit as well. Any questions? All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Blended learning. Mrs. Gersh.